Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm happy to have you guys here. We're going to go through our daily watch list for Thursday, October 6th. I put these watch lists out for you guys every single day. I've got 300 plus videos for you guys to learn how to trade successfully and how to trade profitably using the strat. Now, I promise you guys, if you give this, 6 months to a year, you'll be able to read these charts like you're reading a book. I promise you that. You'll be able to look and just see what you need to do. And that is our goal here for me to teach you, in this channel to teach you how to accomplish that. And if I told you you could be more profitable and more consistent and simplify your trading with less indicators, I would think that you would be interested in that, so you should be interested in this. Now, you can start by going down and clicking that subscribe button. That will help you out. And then click the bell for the notifications. Those notifications come out every time I send out the videos just like this one. The daily plays, the weekly swings, the monthly swings, the SPY series that I started. Check out that at the end of the video in the top right-hand corner. And every other single learning tool video that I put out just for you guys. So a couple things before we get started on this list. Number one, the platform that I use here is called TradingView. That's how I chart every single one of my trades. It's a very, very useful platform. Now, if you're looking for something like this and you don't have something like this, go down into the description below. There's a link under TradingView. You click on that link. That'll give you a free 30-day trial to their subscription-based services. Free for 30 days. And then if you decide to use that subscription, you get up to $30 off of that subscription. So go check out that link and get your free 30-day trial of TradingView right now. A couple more things before we get started. I do have a Discord. It's called Griswold Trading, and everything that I offer in there for you guys is, whether it's free or fee-based, you can find it in that Discord. So the Griswold Gold membership is in there, which includes the private one-on-ones, the group sessions, the live trading bot, the TradingView Griswold Strat Indicator, which is an all-in-one indicator for everything strat. So the candlestick numbers, the time frame continuity, the inside bars, the outside bars being painted yellow and white, giving you these highlights for certain setups. Okay, that's all in one indicator. Now, you can buy all that stuff separate, or you can buy it as one package, which is more beneficial to you, but you can get that all in one package. I also have a 1-hour strat course that I've created that comes with that membership. The top 5 plays and a bunch of other stuff. So you can check all that out in the Discord. So that link is in the description below as well. And the last thing I want to go through with you guys is the ads. And I know the ads suck and nobody likes them, but I'm asking you and I'm thanking you in advance for letting those ads roll through, because those ads keep me making these videos for you guys for free. It takes me a lot of time and a lot of effort to make these videos for you guys. And don't get me wrong, I love doing them, but keep your money in your pockets. I don't want you guys to have to pay for this free information, these videos that I put out for you guys for free every single day. Let those advertisers continue to pay to keep this stuff free for you guys, okay? That's the goal here. And that's it, guys. So one other thing. If you go look down below in the, right below this video, there's a little heart with a $sign. So that's a super thanks. I've had a bunch of people donate to me. I thank you very much for that. I appreciate it very much. And I really don't know what to say. I'm overwhelmed with what you guys do with that stuff. So thank you guys very, very much for donating to the channel. I appreciate it very, very much. All right, let's get started on this list. First on the list. Now, I want to say this, like, Ford isn't really it is a setup, okay? So we have an actionable signal here, which is a hammer candle. So the actionable signals are hammer candles, shooter candles, which you see here off this inside bar, or the inside bar in itself. And that's the actionable signal. So we look for those. And you can call this a Momo hammer, and we're looking, most times I would look for reversals, but I'm perfectly okay with you guys playing a continuation here, where we have a 2-2 continuation off of this hammer candle, and we've got great time frame to the upside. Now this, like I said, is part of the Griswold Strat indicator. These yellow circles indicate a current inside bar, and the silver squares represent a current outside bar. So we can look for a break to the high side at 12.56 to take calls on this one on Ford, and then we mark our targets out accordingly. So we'd have to go back all the way to here, and it's the bottom of the wick. I know normally it's the top of the wick, but we need to fill this gap here. So we can take the bottom of the wick, then the next bottom of the wick there, okay, till we fill that gap. And then once we fill that gap, then we can take the top of the wick here as our next target. So not great magnitude to the first target, but better magnitude to the second target. So we're going to look for Ford, see if Ford can trend up tomorrow on this 2-2 continuation. Next up, we've got IWM. So IWM has a 2 down that finished green. Okay, so a little bit different. This is that reversal we were talking about, 2 down green, and we've got this hammer candle setup. So we set our triggers at the top of that. We can look for calls at 175.33 and good magnitude at 176.08 to hit that first target. Now, if you want to set your second target, it's quite a ways up there at 181. I'm not sure we get there tomorrow, but I think we at least hit that first target. And when we're looking at these guys, when we're trading these first thing in the morning, this is how I like to do it. So you should be setting your triggers and your targets on the time frame that you're looking at, so on the day. And then after that, after it triggers, or you can even watch it to trigger, but you can go down to the 30, to the 15, to the 5 to manage this trade accordingly. Okay, and that's how you make sure you get out at the candles, where the candles are telling you to get out, or the targets are telling you to get out. Okay, so that's the way I would play it. And if you're looking for call prices on this stuff, then our trigger is 175.33. My strike price is 176, and I'll be taking a Friday expiry on this. And you could even go take the following Friday if you wanted to buy yourself a little time. Okay, won't move as fast. Next up, we're going to go to WFC. I hope it's not glitching for you guys like that. I'm trying something a little different. I see it on my screen. I don't know if you see it on your screen. WFC, that's Wells Fargo, has an inside bar. Okay, so let's talk about the inside bars for anybody who's new. And if you are new, I thank you guys very much for tuning in and joining. And if you're still with us to this point, then great. You guys are going to learn a lot here, and you're going to learn a lot from this channel. So for the people who are new, inside bars or a 1 bar, you'll learn all about this stuff in the Strat course as part of that Griswold Gold membership. But this inside bar is a consolidation bar. It's a tightening range, and it doesn't break the high or the low of the previous candle, and it's true on all time frames. An inside bar is an inside bar, and it reacts the same way. Okay, so when we have these inside bars and they're painted yellow with the Griswold Strat indicator, when you see these yellow bars, I want you guys to think of a spring being tightened and loaded and compacted. And when you let go of that spring, and I wish you could see my hand movements because I talk with my hands a lot, but if you let go of that spring, you would see an explosion to the upside or the downside as you let it go. And all we have to do is go back in time to look at the previous inside bars. Now, this was a double inside bar, and it's highlighted blue, part of the Griswold Strat indicator, but we triggered and we hit targets. This inside bar, okay, we triggered, we didn't hit targets, but you had a little bit of a gain. And this is why I like to show this stuff to you guys. Let me find one more here. Inside bar, that one looked like it was a gap. This one, where do we have? Triggered off of the candle and hit targets and hit another target. Okay, so I like going back in time to show you guys this stuff because it shows you that it doesn't always work. Nothing's 100%, and we play off of probabilities, and that's how we trade. And there is risk in every trade and in every strategy. And if someone tells you it's a risk-free trade, they're lying to you, because every trade has risk, because we don't know what the next candle is going to be. We never know. So we play what we see in front of us and probabilities. Okay? And the other thing I wanted to mention is, and I talk about this a lot in the videos, every single candlestick tells a story. And let's go back to the start here, and we'll talk about this inside bar. And basically, this inside bar is telling you a story. And what it's saying is, if I trigger to the upside, now high probability trade because of the time frame continuity on this. If I trigger to the upside, you can buy me if I trigger that yellow line. And then if you're looking to sell me, you can sell me at this green target. or you can sell me at this green target. They've written a story for you. You need to be able to read and understand that story. And the more time you look at this stuff, the easier it'll become. And the same thing goes to the downside. If we take puts, the candlestick is telling you, you can buy puts here, but make sure that you're taking profits here, or you're using this as a stop loss. Okay, the candles will tell you when to get out. The targets will tell you when to get out. But you need to make sure that you are actually following your rules and following your strategy. Otherwise, you're going to lose. Okay, so calls at 43.54, puts at 42.56. If you have questions, leave them down below. And while we're going through this stuff, guys, give me a quick thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. It helps with the algorithms, helps to get this stuff out to even more people. So thank you very much in advance for the thumbs up, for the comments, and for the subscribes. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We'll go on to CCL. This is one of the plays that we are adding to our live trading bot. One of the gold members asked for it to be put on there. I will put it on there. So inside bar on CCL. Is it a hammer candle? It's ugly, but we could call that a hammer candle. We'll look for calls at 7.57, puts at 7.17. And again, the candle's just telling you a story. Buy at the yellow line, sell at the green line. Buy calls at the yellow line, sell at the green line. And that's it. But you need to remember that you need to be able to read that story and know what's going on. Okay, square, inside bar, calls at 62.71, puts at 59.89. And if we go, I can't even go to the week on using this, the way we're doing this. So this is our weekly trigger as well. And it looks like we are 2 up on the month already off of that weekly trigger. Okay, so calls at 62.71, puts at 59.89 on square. Twitter, look at this run up from Twitter after the Elon Musk news. Okay, really big run today from 42 to 52. That's a 25% gain. Now we have this inside bar shooter candle. Would I expect Twitter to come down from this high a little bit? I would. Are we going to get it? I don't know. We'll see how it works out, but that's why we put our triggers in place, okay? So triggers at $52 to the upside for calls, puts at 50.20. Would I tell you to place a target down here? No, I wouldn't. For this, I'd look maybe at if we triggered a 5 or 15 minute chart to manage the trade and find out where you would get out on Twitter if it triggers, okay, to the downside. To the upside, you have some room up to the top side, so you can put a target in there, and then the next targets come all the way. That one's the same. That would be your next target to the upside, and then you can put your next one in way up there. Okay, so we'll see what happens with the Twitterverse on Thursday. Next up on the list, Disney. Big Disney fan. We've got a hammer candle inside bar, so a double actionable signal. Okay, it's a little bit of a hammer candle. Anyways, calls at 101.22, puts at 98.70, and we've got the targets marked out for you guys accordingly. Next up is American Airlines inside bar, calls at 12.96, puts at 12.43. Let's move this target up here. There we go. And then the next target for the calls will be at 13.07. Next up, we've got Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs has a 2 down finish green hammer candle. So we're going to look for calls at 3.10. First target at 3.15. That's good magnitude. Good range is what that means to hit our profit target right there where the bears have their stop losses in place. Shopify. Shopify's got an inside bar. Okay, 31.25 calls, $30.12 puts, and we've got, again, good magnitude to both sides of this thing. Full time frame continuity to the upside. So we'll see what happens with Shopify. I do want to tell you guys, I restarted that SPY series. You guys asked me to continue making those SPY videos. We did basically a 3-week series of trading SPY every single day for profit. It went really well, okay? Almost every single day would have been a winning day. And we started again today. I did the video today for it. It's out already. Go check it out. It'll be at the end of this video in the top right-hand corner. go check out that video. That's the original one that I started with for this second series. But go check that video out to see how you can trade SPY every single day on a 30-minute chart, and you can just watch SPY. You don't have to be flipping through 10, 15 tickers to try and find a trade to jump in. SPY realistically will provide you with everything that you need. Facebook, 2 down, finish green. We're going to look for calls at 140.21. And again, good magnitude to the upside. A little bit of a hammer candle there. We'll see how Meta ends up playing out. AFRM, inside bar hammer candle, calls at 21.15, puts at 20.02. AMC, inside bar hammer candle, calls at 7.55, puts at 7.04. BAC has a 2 down that finished green, so we'll look for calls at 32.08 and the magnitude at 32.52 for our first target. Citigroup, 2 down green hammer candle, calls at 44, first target 44.75. CRM, that's a big inside bar. We can look for calls at 156.96, puts at 151.94. DraftKings, this was barely a 2 down, but we got a 2 down out of it. We're going to look for calls at 16.87. First target, not great, at $17. Next target, way up top there at 17.72 on DKNG. EW, Edwards Life Sciences, 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 87.89. Lucid Motors, inside bar, calls 15.17, puts 14.51. We are already outside bar on Lucid for the week. I know that because I've got these 2 pink lines. We broke the bottom on Monday. We broke the top on Tuesday. And now we find where we go from there. Pins, Pinterest, 2 down, green, hammer candle, calls at 24.77. Mark the first target at 24.91 on pins. Peloton, PTON, inside bar, calls at 8.84, puts at 8.10. The better magnitude is to the downside, but we would have time frame continuity full to the upside. Just that target is not great. So, and a lot of times what happens on these things, guys, is we may trigger this, and I always tell people to be very cautious when we don't have a lot of meat, meaning we don't have a lot of gap space between the top of the wick and the trigger, so the first profit target and the trigger, because a lot of times what will happen is we'll come up in the morning, we'll tag that, maybe come a little bit above it, and drop, and that's all you get all day. Won't be back there. So be very sure if you are taking a trade, and it's fine, you can take a trade like that, but make sure you are cognizant and conscious of what can happen there. And that's just part of reading the charts, guys, like I said. And give it 6 months. If you're struggling, just give it some time. Give it some time. Give it some time. This isn't the easiest. Trading is not the easiest thing to do. If it was, everybody would do it. But if you put in the time and you put in the effort, you will be successful at it. I can promise you that. Okay, SE, that's C Limited, has an inside bar. Is it inside bar? No, we've got a 2 up that finished green, but we do have that hammer candle that we talked about on Ford. Okay, so we can look for calls at 60.88 and really great magnitude back to that upside at $63 on SE. Space, 2 down, finished green. We'll look for calls at 5.15. XOP, this is another one of those continuations that I'd be looking at with this 2 up hammer candle. So calls at 143.45 if we trigger. And we've got a first target. Let's mark these out for you guys. First target here. And second target all the way up here. I would hope XOP does really well. It's a good continuation play if we can get it. GM, General Motors, 2 down, finished green, hammer candle, calls at 35.02. Good magnitude to 35.80 on that first target. Rivian Automotive, RIVN, inside bar, hammer candle, calls 36.23, puts 34.65. And that, my friends, is the list. So like I said, you can check out that SPY video at the end, top right corner, and a plethora of learning tools in the bottom right-hand corner. That playlist will get you everything you need to learn the strat. Okay, so go check out those videos. Subscribe to the channel. Let's learn and earn together. Get in on that Discord. Join us. And we will see you guys all on the next one. Bye-bye.